First, I'm going to go over the podcasting tools that I recommend. It doesn't have to be that confusing or expensive to get into podcasting. We're going to be going over microphone options, recording tools, editing tools, and hosting platforms that I recommend. First, for microphones, you can use a microphone if you already have one for your video production. Many of those will do just as good of a job as the three that I recommend here: the Audio-Technica ATR 2100, the Blue Yeti, or the Heil PR40, which is what I'm using right here. There are lots of other options out here at comparable price points, but these ones will get you started. The ATR 2100 is a great mic. I know that Nick Loper of Side Hustle Nation has been using this for over 100 episodes of his podcast. It's less than $70 right now on sale. It's probably around $75 whenever you see this, but it's just a great USB microphone. Again, just plugging directly into your computer. You don't need to do anything else, so it makes it super easy. The other one is the Blue Yeti. I mentioned this before in the video section of the course. Around $150, a little bit less. This is a higher quality microphone. Again, USB, so you don't have to have any extra equipment to get it into your computer. The quality between the two is very comparable, actually. And if you're just getting started out, try the ATR 2100. If you do want to take it to the next level, here's the Heil PR40. It's what I'm using right now. You will have to get a couple extra pieces of equipment. One, and the most important, is that this is an XLR microphone. So the output is an XLR cable. So that doesn't go directly into your computer. You're going to need some sort of transformer or audio interface like a Zoom H4n recorder that allows you to plug in any XLR microphone into your computer and use it as a USB mic. So that is an extra $200. So you're looking at paying around $500 for this whole setup. Plus, you might need something like a mic stand, which makes it super easy, a pop filter. These are things that you can get for any of these microphones and will increase the quality of your audio. Next, let's talk about the recording and editing process. There are free options out there. If you have a Mac computer, GarageBand is a great way to get started. You can record and edit your podcast right within there. You can even use the QuickTime player, which is also installed on any Mac computer to record audio. If you're using Mac or PC, Audacity is a free open source software that is actually super duper high quality. It's a little bit more confusing on how to get started and how to do the different editing. It's not as user friendly, but as a free option, it's super high quality. If you want to take it to the next level, Adobe Audition is a professional platform for editing audio. You can also record right within Adobe Audition as well. What about if you are doing interviews? I love interview-based podcasts because it keeps it super interesting for the listener. Sometimes people just don't want to listen to you, even though you have a lot of great things to say, I'm sure. Getting other people to come on your podcast allows you to come up with new content all the time. It also expands you to a brand new audience because they can share the podcast with their audience, opening you up to all those new people. If you want to do these interviews over Skype, Ecamm Call Recorder is a great option for Mac computers that allows you to record not only the audio but also the video, and it records it separately. So you can actually do split screen, you can do export and edit, just having a full screen video of your interviewee and you as the interviewer. So it's lots of options there. For PCs, there's a program called Pamela for Skype. I've personally never used it, so I can't vouch for it, but it is one of the most highly recommended call recorders for PC users. So I know a lot of people that use this. If you have a PC, it's only $17 and it makes it a lot easier than trying to hack together another option for recording your Skype calls, because there are ways to do screen capturing and recording the audio from your computer while doing Skype, but these call recorders record the audio separately, which is important, so you could edit the audio separately. Because I know when I do interviews with my guests, my audio might sound different than their audio, so I might apply different effects and editing to the different tracks to make them sound as best as possible, and I wouldn't be able to do that if I was just recording both onto one single track. So these two call recorders, it's a great investment that will make your life a lot easier. What about hosting? This is one part that confuses a lot of people. There are a few great options out there. We've got Libsyn, Podbean, Blueberry, and Buzzsprout. I use Libsyn and I love it. It's what most professional podcast users use. And for a while, again, I was trying to figure out free ways to host my podcast. But once I got serious and I realized that I was going to do this, when I started my podcast, I told myself, okay, I'm going to do this for 1 year. I'm going to do a weekly show. And once I decided I was going to do that, I needed something more professional. They also make it super easy to get your podcast onto iTunes as well and other podcast servers or marketplaces. So on all these websites, you can go to their site and see what their different plans are. With Libsyn, you can start a very small amount, $5 a month, and it's based off of the monthly storage you get, so how much you upload per month. For me, I'm uploading 4 episodes per month on average, and they're about 30 minutes to an hour long, and that usually uses most of my space. So I'm on the $15 250 megabyte plan. At the end of the day, all of these different platforms for hosting will do a decent job. I ended up picking Libsyn just because that's what most of the podcasts I listen to and the resources that I found recommended, and I haven't had any problems. And in fact, in the next lesson, I'm going to be going into the back end of Libsyn to show you how it works, to show you how uploading a podcast works, and then we're going to be going into how we submit our podcast to iTunes. So hopefully these tools will help you get started. If you have any questions, please let us know, and we'll see you in that next lesson.